Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Thursday, March 6th, 2025. Time for another entry in my series of daily vlogs, my ritual stand-up where I turn the lights and camera each morning and talk to you about what I've been doing next, and how things are going, making content creation indefinitely sustainable. Continue our little slide of viewership stats, but the weekend is coming, so we'll get to all that. Let's rewind to yesterday and talk about what took place. Let's see. So yesterday was Wednesday. Yes. So my main goal. What day is Thursday? Wednesday. Yes. My main goal yesterday was to try to accomplish that tier ranking video, and I was very optimistic about how much I could get done in a day. And I'll talk a bit more about like just what a tier ranking video, the invisible production cost of that. I wouldn't say I bit off more than I could chew. I bit off more than I could chew in a day. I got a lot of it done. I got all the writing done, and I got the stand-up shot, but there's a lot more to do. Usually you're ready to shoot a video then, but not yet. Or you're ready to edit a video, I should say, produce it. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that and the kind of production behind the scenes in a minute. But let's see. I also buttoned up my Friday Plays preparation. I'm ready to rock and roll with that this morning, so that's going to be easy. We'll get to that in a moment as well. George got out another midweek bit by bit. Now you'll recall, I'm very impressed with George's tenacity on this because I think I told you last weekend his Windows installation on his PC bit the bullet, and he had to reformat his computer on Saturday, and he still got out a Sunday bit by bit. And I knew he was still recovering with his computer and dealing with other stuff. He had a birthday last week. But he still got out a new episode on Wednesday. I just released at 6 o'clock, so it's just been, 12, 15 hours or whatever. 1,300 views already, though, on that news. He's starting to get a regular following of, 1,500, 2,000 views on those. And I think only as he continues, he'll only get better, and he will grow a larger following, a subset of... And it will be subscribers that are here just for him, So that critical mass probably takes several months, but he's plugging along at it. After a full day of writing and shooting, I then went out to the movie. There was a special presentation of Prince's Purple Rain, so I went out with a slew of people in a full theater. Man, it had been forever since I've been in a full theater, but I think we looked at the little chart you can look at online. There was only 2 seats left. Last time we looked, maybe they filled. I don't know. It was a packed theater, and because it was Purple Rain, people were singing along and cheering, and I'd forgotten what it was like to be in a full theater of people that are excited about seeing a movie. Usually it's like 2 people here, 2 people there, 4 in the back, and that's kind of it lately, my experience. This was a packed theater. It was fun. It was fun. The movie is okay, but the experience I found to be tremendous. All right, before we get to today, let's talk about those sliding stats. So let me bring up my chart here. This chart represents our targets for the last 7 days. We'd like to be at 130 subscribers and 13,000 views average over the last 7 days. In the upper left, you can see a little chart of the last 28 days and how it's been steadily going down over the last 4 or so as we go through the midweek. And I didn't get a midweek video out myself. So that means the overall stats were down to 9,800 views average over, which sub 10 really ticks me off. 9,800 views, 171 subscribers. Those are still doing well, but they regularly do, right? We have reasons that those continue to do well because we have our own velocity plus some advertising that kind of bolsters that. So I love the continuous organic growth there, but more views, please. More views. We're working on. Weekend is coming. We have good stuff coming for the weekend. So I will, though, on the uptick. Oh, what is it? Dang it. I'm just gonna guess. I looked at it a minute ago. I forgot to write down the new subscribers. Yesterday, it was 84,081, and I think I just got to guess. What was it? I'm not going to stop. I think it's 84,000. I think it's 84.2. I think I saw 84.2. I think that's what I saw a second ago. You'll see. It's over my shoulder, and you'll see if I remembered correctly. It's whatever it says over my shoulder is the new count. Hooray, more progress. I forgot to take a look and write it down. Anyway, let's talk about today. That's the important part. New podcast is out today. The new episode we recorded last Friday, edited together on Tuesday, is out today. And I have found that I start releasing those on YouTube on Saturday morning. That's a good place to put them, I have found. I said delay it by a day, or I actually delay it by 2 days now. Because that continues to do fine. It's not doing any damage, I don't think, and I could say that because the views are down, but it's not impacting views of individual videos. So that'll come out on YouTube on Saturday, but you can listen to it right now, of course, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Today I'll be producing the Friday plays, of course. And I'm ready. Like, I know exactly what I'm going to say. I just had to write my intro and outro, and off to the races. It's going to be an easy one to knock out. When I do, I got to do a little podcast recording prep for tomorrow, which is just kind of a white little intro and some bullet points, pick an email, things like that. And my intent is to pick up the tier tomorrow morning on Friday and produce that for a Saturday release is my target. And meanwhile, if something else pops up today, I might get out another long form today. I would love to find a way to get one out today. Of course, that Friday plays will go out to members today and everyone tomorrow. Before I leave then, I want to share with you, because I was kind of talking with my wife about, she's like, why does this video take so much longer than the others? I'm like, yeah, that's why. Creation of the tier videos that I have been doing, that I haven't done in probably a year now, but I did lots of them, last year. It's just a lot of little pieces. It doesn't look like a lot, but effectively you're reviewing about a dozen little games, right? And I learned my lesson with the first Activision one, where I didn't learn every game fully, and I misjudged some games. And people called me on it, rightfully so. And it was at that point that I swore to myself, I'm not going to do these tier videos unless I understand the games I'm reviewing. I read the manual, I play it some, I understand what I'm talking about, I remember it well, not just like, oh, that game's bad because it looks dumb. That's not fair. So there's the research time. But if take into consideration all the elements that go into. So if you've watched any one of the tier videos I've ever done, for each video, here's what happens. Starts with, John stands here and goes, blah, 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 the game's called this. Then you go to gameplay. So the game's got to be played enough to show all the things I'm talking about. So I've got to play that game for, 5-10 minutes to get all the footage that I need. Then I need to get the cover art, produce it to put it in that little TV and put the cover art in the corner, put the year in the corner and do all that. Got to do that. Okay, that's got to be produced. Then at the end of, also there's stuff I'm talking about the whole time. That has to be information that I wrote and describe the game, give my opinions of the game, justify the score I'm going to give the game. Then I have, it goes to what the ranking is. So let's say I'm going to give this a B. So I have to create that tier, the one where all the covers are, and I have to drag the thing up and drop it, and I have to pop up the letter, and all that has to be produced. All those elements have to be made. And that has to be done times 5, times 10, times 20, however many games are in the tier. So typically, in the past, like when I did the Activision ones, those were 22 games per video. Those were 44 games Activision released. And each one of those took about 3.5 days because it's so many pieces. This one's going to take a full 2 days. It was all day yesterday and probably all day Friday because right now I have done all the playing and the research and the writing. I have to record the gameplay, I have to frame the gameplay with the cover art and the year, and then I have to create the tier, and then I have to record dragging the things up into the tier, and I have to render that out, and all those things come together. Then, when I do it, I have to go, all right, footage here, and let's drop in gameplay, edit gameplay, and go to the score, back to John. Gameplay, here's the score, back to John. So I'm actually producing like 3 videos that I cut between me and the video and the score, and then me and the video and the score. That goes over and over and over and over. And that's what leads to so much. And I was frustrated yesterday when it was getting to be, 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon, and I hadn't shot a single thing. I was still writing. And I'm like, why is this taking me so long? And it's because I'm doing it what I think is the right way to do it. The thing, if you want to be, it's one thing to just crap out a video and say you did it, but if you want people to watch it and to respect what you're saying and to build a relationship with an audience that they know that you put in the research and they can trust what you say, I want to say you got to do it that way. You don't. I got to do it that way, unfortunately. So there's just not another way that I can do it in order to feel that I have done my job, which is to create content that people enjoy and is informational and is accurate to the best of my ability. It's not just enough for me to, publish another one. It's freaking integrity. It's aggravating. Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting little side story I just wanted to share with you because I was frustrated with myself yesterday when I was justifying, explaining it. I'm like, that's a topic I think I should share because I think not everybody knows about all those intricacies and pieces and parts that go together to create something like that. That really is going to be a 15-minute video that someone watches halfway through and goes, meh. That's okay. If you want to watch it all, though, it's all of value. So that's my intent. Okay, well, it's time for me to get after it, do the things I told you I was going to do. So I'm going to go do that. First, I'll thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog, if that's what you did. If you're one of those purple folks that are here every day, I see the nominations are slowing down. We're going to do voting next week. I love you so much. Thank you for being here regularly with me every day. It's just, I love seeing your comments. I love seeing your visits each day. I love hearing stories about things that I did that maybe helped you or you found informational or helps you get your day started, all that stuff. It makes me go. So thank you. Have a great Thursday. Don't forget to do something good for yourself. I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.